There's a quiet in the world right now. Or maybe it's just in me. I notice the pause between one breath and the next. Not the breath itself, just the space it leaves behind. The way time seems to stretch. Or maybe it's that I am slowing down enough to notice it. I might be wrong, but sometimes it feels like reality is happening whether I pay attention or not. The thoughts come, the noises arrive, the body moves. And yettere. As a part of me that simply notices all of it without asking for permission. Have you ever noticed how ordinary things can suddenly feel strange? Like the light in a room, or the hum of a fan, or even the heartbeat. These familiar moments contain something hidden, something we don't usually see because we are too busy naming it, categorizing it, trying to understand it. And what if the very act of noticing without changing, judging, or grasping is already a doorway? Not to knowledge, not to mastery, but simply to presence itself. The Tripura Upanishad whispers about that doorway. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand belief. It points gently to Tripura Sundari, not as a goddess to worship in the usual sense, but as a symbol of consciousness itself. She is described as the beauty of the three worlds, yet she is also the quiet witness within each of us. Imagine awareness as a vast sky, and thoughts, sensations, and emotions as clouds drifting through it. Tripura is the sky itself, unchanged by the storms that pass across it. The text speaks of the three cities, the waking world, the dream world, and deep sleep. Or, if we look inward, the body, the mind, and the subtle sense of self. Tripura exists in all of these simultaneously, not separate from you, not somewhere out there, but right here, within the rhythm of your heartbeat, the subtle vibrations of the body, the silence behind thought. You can feel it if you pause long enough, if you let the attention soften instead of chase. I notice my own body, the weight of my shoulders, the small adjustments of muscles as I breathe, the pulse at the wrist. Even the mind seems to have a rhythm. I might be wrong, but these inner patterns feel like tiny mirrors of the cosmos. And if consciousness can be thought of as a vibration subtle, constant, and embracing, then the Tripura Upanishad is asking us to listen to the inner sound, the subtle movement, the quiet life that never stops flowing, even when the mind is noisy. What does it mean to say that consciousness is the witness? It is not a voice in the head. It does not react. It does not judge. It simply observes. And if this witness is always present, untouched by events, then what is it that you have been calling I? Where does the doer reside when all action arises within this unchanging awareness? I might be wrong, but maybe the I is smaller than we imagine, and the awareness larger. The Tripura Upanishad also points to the subtle feminine energy, Shakti, flowing through the body and mind, not as decoration or myth, but as a living presence. Perhaps it's in the rhythm of the breath, the tingling along the spine, the subtle pulse behind the eyes. When attention softens into this presence, it feels as if the boundaries between self and world start to blur. The body is not separate. The mind is not separate. Even thought seems like a wave passing over the ocean, not the ocean itself. Meditation, the Upanishad suggests, is not an act of doing, but of letting attention settle, letting awareness hold itself. The mantras or visualizations are just signposts, not destinations. They are like lanterns along a path that already exists, and when you follow them quietly, the usual sense of being a separate person begins to dissolve. Actions happen, experiences unfold, but there is no longer a tight owner behind them. This is unsettling. Not dramatically, not like a story with a twist. Softly, because the more you notice, the more it becomes difficult to find a fixed self anywhere. Even the body, even the thoughts, even the memory of being someone, all pass through consciousness, and yet consciousness remains unmoved, silent, vast, waiting. I might be wrong. Don't believe me. Investigate. Sit quietly. Notice the breath. Notice the pulse. Notice the subtle energy that moves without being directed. And then there is the strange beauty of it. A softness enters the mind. A subtle relaxation. The shoulders drop. The chest opens. The mind stops trying to label, to fix, to control. Even the heart seems to beat with a different rhythm, not because it has changed, but because your sense of needing to hold it has loosened. There is a freedom here. Kavalya in movement, Tripura in stillness. Perhaps that is what the Tripura Upanishad is pointing to. Not a belief, not a practice, not a goal, just a noticing, a soft recognition that consciousness is already whole, already luminous, already here. It is in you, in me, in everything that moves and appears. And when you finally pause long enough to let that presence be, something subtle shifts. A sense of space, a sense of quiet, a sense of depth that has always been beneath the noise. Thought will return. Of course, names, plans, worries, roles. Yet the trace of that noticing remains a soft echo, a gentle opening in the mind. The doorway is always here, waiting in ordinary moments, in ordinary awareness, in ordinary silence. I notice it. You notice Italiano, and in the notice in perhaps something opens. A small recognition that the beauty of existence is not in acquiring, changing, or controlling, but in being aware of the presence that holds it all. And maybe, just maybe, it's the quiet vibration we've been missing all along.